This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is in Southland for the first time since taking office, with good news for Tiwai Point. A Brighton couple are distraught following the brazen nighttime theft of native trees. And a new water fountain has been installed at Arrowtown Skate Park following a youth-led campaign. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is in Southland today for the first time since taking office. She has officially reopened a fourth potline at New Zealand's aluminium smelter at Tiwai Point this morning.
Getting the lay of the land at Tiwai Point aluminium smelter. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern getting a first-hand look at the 22-year-old potline that's been reopened after it was closed 6 years ago. She says it's encouraging to see the work being done at the smelter.
It is fantastic to be here today to see this new and exciting renewal, I guess, and reopening of the fourth line, to see the work that you're doing firsthand, to hear the passion that you have for the work that you do here and the way that you promote New Zealand on the world stage.
A potline is a row of electrolytic cells used in the production of aluminium. Expanding the production capacity at the smelter will allow it to meet the demand from customers for value-added products.
This industry has a huge impact on the Southland community, no doubt. You provide 800 jobs, and to see another 35 jobs in the fourth potline, that's incredibly important.
Restarting the potline is set to increase the smelter's production capacity by around 10%, and with increased orders for other products is set to create more jobs as well.
The aluminium that's produced here is exported to some of our key trading partners across Asia, Europe and the Americas, and earns nearly $1.3 billion in exports.
From the smelter, Ardern was whisked away to Lawnville, where she officially opened the new Alliance venison processing plant, a venture with the potential to create a further 60 jobs in the south. In Invercargill, The South Today.
Queenstown's long-running charity boxing night has been cancelled after the death last month of a boxer following a similar event in Christchurch. Thriller in the Chiller founder and co-organiser Simon Green says until there are clear guidelines concerning charity and corporate boxing events, the Queenstown event is on hold. More than 80 bouts have been held over the 8 years the event has been running, raising more than $300,000 for local charities. A Brighton couple have been left distraught and in tears following the brazen theft of their newly planted natives during the middle of the night. When Kim and Diane Rapley woke up yesterday, they found over 100 native plants had been uprooted and stolen from their Taieri Mouth Road property.
Just bare dirt where over 100 native plants had been carefully planted the day before. Brighton couple Kim and Diane Rapley woke up to discover the theft of their plants yesterday morning.
We bought them off a nursery, Ribbonwood Nurseries, and the plants that we had were ackee, alerias, cabbage trees, flaxes. There were 30 Dragon's Gold right up the top, Kowais, and there's only 3 of them left. So whoever's taken them have taken, you know, native plants that have been mature, because we bought them when they were quite big plants. They were up to 1 to 1.5 metres high.
The plants cost close to $2,000, plus there was another $450 for the pea straw placed around them. And the wasted energy in planting is an additional cost.
It's the value of our effort we've digging holes and planting them and then putting the pea straw around them.
The couple have now set up a security camera and are offering a reward for the plant's recovery.
All the work we put into it, it just sort of guts us a wee bit that somebody has watched us plant those plants and then gone and pulled them out, stole them.
Police say they'd like to hear from anyone who noticed any suspicious activity in the area overnight. In Dunedin, for The South Today.
Queenstown families who have suffered the loss of a baby will soon be able to have a tribute plaque placed on a new memorial. The official opening plaques are ready to be installed on the baby memorial in the new Lower Shotover Cemetery, with an official opening ceremony scheduled for next week. Landscape designer Andy Rogers used Oamaru stone to create the sculpture of a mother and father holding a baby. The sculpture stands in the middle of 2 stone walls, able to hold about 300 plaques. The memorial is part of a new cemetery off Lower Shotover Road. There are also plans to install a children's area at a later date. The Queenstown Lakes Mayor is set to attend the opening ceremony on Monday afternoon. A new water fountain has been installed at Arrowtown Skate Park after school children campaigned to clean up their village. Year 5 and 6 pupils from Arrowtown School wrote to Queenstown's Mayor Jim Bolt last year calling for a raft of changes to the park, including a water fountain.
Sampling the fruits of their labour, Year 5 and 6 pupils from Arrowtown School clearly delighted to have a new water fountain installed at the local skate park.
Last year we were looking at giving back to the community, being a part of the Student Volunteer Army, and we were looking at ways we could improve the Arrowtown community.
The students wrote to Mayor Jim Bolt asking for the fountain, as well as no smoking signs and more recycling bins to be added to their favourite hangout. The council's water contractor agreed to fund the $10,000 project after the council asked the company to come up with a price for the new fountain. Children using the park don't always have enough water in their reusable bottles to last the day. They end up buying plastic bottles from a nearby shop.
Usually when we come down to the skate park on the scooters, there's a lot of plastic left over and there's just rubbish everywhere, to be honest, so it really helps.
Teacher Stacey Anderson says it's essential for the youngsters to get involved in campaigns like this to help save the environment.
Our kids have been doing lots of work on sustainability and what that means for the environment, and I think if we can help these kids learn about sustainability now, then it's going to play a huge role in the future.
Extra recycling bins have also been installed at the park in Queenstown, the South today.
Still to come on the South today. A striking new exhibit comes to the Dunedin Public Art Gallery, and a South Dunedin school tests its readiness for a threatening situation.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Spring is here and it's time to get in the garden. Ready Lawn will take care of your lawn needs, making Lawn Care a snap. They will install the perfect lawn while you plant your favourite flowers and vegetables. Call Ready Lawn today so you can enjoy the coming season.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274. Petrol prices getting you down? Keep the smile on your dial with an e-bike grin from Electrify NZ on Cumberland Street. For an average $2,000 savings per year, why wouldn't you? Book a test ride today.
It's always really satisfying when a customer comes back after doing a purchase of outdoor furniture and knowing that we've got it done right.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
It's that time of year. It's time to get into the garden and it's time to get your weed eater down here at the Power Garden Department at Andersons Bay Road. This year it's all about the cordless weed eater. Come down and see us at Mighty 10 Mega and we'll help you get it done right.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Welcome back. A 3-year-old golden Labrador has been rescued from a Wanaka walking track after getting stuck on a cliff while chasing a rabbit. Owner Peter Simpson was on holiday and had been walking Polly on the Waterfall Creek track just out of Wanaka around lunchtime when the dog ran over a bluff. He says she couldn't go up and couldn't go down, she was stuck. Firefighters arrived at the scene shortly after and abseiled down the cliff face to rescue Polly. She wasn't hurt and seemed unfazed by the incident. China's complex transition to a capitalist society is the subject of a striking new exhibit at the Dunedin Public Art Gallery. A replica of a Soviet tank made entirely out of leather is set to go on display this weekend as part of an exhibition of contemporary Chinese art.
It took 35 workers 2 years to make this deflated replica of a Soviet T-34 tank, part of a new exhibition of contemporary Chinese art at the Dunedin Public Art Gallery.
The exhibition takes a broad look at contemporary Chinese art since post-cultural revolution, so from the late 70s onwards.
The exhibition includes 23 works from 16 different artists. He Xiangge's Soviet tank is made entirely of Italian leather, reflecting China's complex transition to a capitalist society.
The artist is quite interesting because he takes a very apolitical stance, but his practice clearly has some political connotations, and I think he leaves that up to the audience to kind of take from that what they will.
The piece is constructed from 250 hides and 50 kilometres of string. It arrived in Dunedin from Sydney in various crates.
The body came as one unit, and all the wheels and the tracks and the bags and the gun all came as individual components that we had to then piece together and stitch by hand with leather thread. So every component down to the thread is leather, and you can definitely smell that when you enter the space.
The exhibition opens to the public on Saturday in Dunedin, the South today.
A South Dunedin school held a lockdown practice drill this morning, testing their readiness for a threatening situation. Children and families at Bathgate Park School were advised something was going to happen, but weren't told what or when.
A special lockdown alarm at Bathgate Park School this morning, prompting staff to secure the buildings.
So today we were practicing one of our procedures as part of our health and safety policy, and today it was a lockdown procedure that we were practicing. So the situation was that someone had seen an incident that required us to go into lockdown. It was a swarm of bees today that we spotted.
Acting Principal Katrina Robertson and Deputy Principal Lauren Shelton took cover and contacted emergency services.
The ones that are more common would be something like a chemical spill or something like that, where we've got a busy road outside our school, so there could be an accident out there. Chemicals could be spilled as part of that. There could be an environmental hazard from factories or something like that requiring us to come inside. We had the bees today. Also, it could be that there's a person acting in an unsafe manner in the vicinity. It could be on advice from police.
While today's event was a drill, Robertson says potential threats can be common for any school. The whole school was called into the hall for a debrief, and among the questions asked was, why do we do these drills?
Just in case you use the real one? Exactly, you know what to do. It's like the fire drills.
Katrina Robertson says the practice run went well, but with anything, especially at a school, there's always homework.
No, we've had a really good response. Where there's a couple of need to remembers, but for the most part it's gone really, really well.
Today's drill was part of a series of regular exercises to keep students and teachers prepared for any type of emergency. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we begin recapping news highlights from the last 12 months, starting with a look at January, and we take a look at tomorrow's weather.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
I just like it. It's something that you can see the fruits of your own labour. You put it right now, you don't have as much to do at Christmas. You come see me, Derek, in the garden department, and then we get it done right.
Every Kiwi deserves a reliable garage door. Rely on Garrador to protect your important stuff. Just like Darren. His Garrador keeps his favourite ride in mint condition. We have a huge range at affordable prices. Visit our website for a free consultation. We stand behind every door.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At Green Island Medical Centre, we are committed in caring for our future and present generations. We know as a young person, coming to the doctors can be quite daunting. Our highly skilled doctors and nurses will make your experience one where you will leave with a smile. Your health is very important to us.
Petrol prices getting you down? Keep the smile on your dial with an e-bike grin from Electrify NZ on Cumberland Street. For an average $2,000 savings per year, why wouldn't you? Book a test ride today.
Hello, it's Jeremy down here at Mighty 10 Mega in Andersons Bay. We've got 35 different lawnmowers down in our power garden department. We've got ride-on mowers, petrol mowers, battery operated mowers, push mowers. Did you know we've even got a robot, a little robot lawnmower that pops out during the day when you're at work or play. It'll pop out and mow your lawn. So come down and see me, Jeremy, down in the power garden department at Mighty 10 Mega in Andersons Bay Road, where we'll help you get it done right first time.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
Welcome back. In the lead up to Christmas, we're taking a look back at the news highlights over the last 12 months. In the first of our series tonight, summer temperatures made their impact felt on the region in January. The month was also marred by tragedy and vandalism. But the young boy who used a pogo stick to reach the top of Baldwin Street for charity won the support of many in the region.
Hot weather around the region saw young people jumping off a Cromwell jetty to cool off on their last day before school, but the heat went up another notch, with some Dunedin schools making attendance on the first day optional and allowing parents to pick up their children early. Market Street in South Dunedin was one of the region's roads that needed to be gritted to combat melting tar. A young couple were found dead following a fire in Wesley Street, and over the following days it was revealed they'd been murdered. The victims were 35-year-old Anastasia Neve and 49-year-old David Clark.
There's not a lot of room, there's a wee tiny lounge, and where it looks like most of the smoke and flames have come from was where their bedroom is. But you know, he'd take his head off to you. I mean, it's just a shock.
The 46-year-old man was charged with their murder. And tragedy unfolded in Queenstown when 27-year-old tourist Tyler Nee and his tandem skydiving instructor plunged into Lake Wakatipu. While the instructor was rescued, Nee's body was never recovered. 11-year-old Harry Willis rode a pogo stick all the way to the top of the world's steepest street and into the history books. Spurred on by a crowd of supporters, Harry eventually made it to the top of Dunedin's Baldwin Street.
They were cheering me on and just shouting my name and stuff.
He's awesome. I'm so proud of him.
His efforts saw him raise thousands for charity.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is in Southland for the first time since taking office, officially reopening a fourth potline at TY Point this morning. A Brighton couple have been left distraught and in tears following the brazen theft of their newly planted natives during the middle of the night. And a new water fountain has been installed at Arrowtown Skate Park after school children campaigned to clean up their village. And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Barry.
Hello, Sophie. More cycleway action in Dunedin. We can announce the Dunedin City Council plans to build a Chain Hills cycleway tunnel track and also a new cycleway from the CBD to St Clair with a little help from NZTA. So look out for that in the paper tomorrow. Our political editor or political writer Mike Houlihan was in Invercargill today following the Prime Minister and her activities down there, two Southland success stories, so we follow that. The Russian rower, who has been poised for some time to set off on his around the world journey from Dunedin, is poised to do so. We are following his action as we speak, so we'll have photos of that as he heads out. The wines of the Waitaki Valley, North Otago, are officially on the map. So they have it's one of New Zealand's smallest wine regions, of course, and they've had their intellectual property rights acknowledged and confirmed this week. So a distinct Waitaki Valley wine flavour. Also some good news with the holidays upon us and summer breaks, etc. A 70-person camping area at a Central Otago orchard has been approved by the Central Otago District Council. So some more room for holiday makers in Central.
Yeah, oh great, thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
All of that and more in tomorrow's ODT. And time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Tonight's Southern View is a picture of resilience and tenacity, the little plant that could. Looking at the situation, an incoming anticyclone will aim for the North Island in the next few days, with westerly airflow and decaying fronts impacting on southern districts. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect cloudy conditions and a high of 21 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson could have a few clouds, but with a high of 21, and Blenheim, clear skies and a high of 19. Over to Canterbury, a fine day for Kaikoura with a high of 18 degrees. Christchurch and Ashburton may have a few clouds. Christchurch is aiming for 19 degrees, while Ashburton should reach 21. Looking at the southern centres, Catlins, Balclutha, Gore and Lumsden are all in for fresh westerlies, some cloud and 16 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, moderate westerlies, fine, and highs of 19 for Wanaka and Alexandra, 17 for Queenstown, and it's possibly a bit colder in Tiano on 15 degrees with a few clouds. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru and Oamaru can expect moderate northeasterlies, fine and a high of 18. Decreasing southwesterlies and moderate northeasterlies, fine also for Omarama and Twizel, but you're slightly warmer on a high of 19 degrees. And in Dunedin, fine tonight with westerly winds, expect an overnight low of 8. Mostly fine and sunny on Friday with northeasterly winds developing and milder temperatures. A high of 18 and a low of 8. Cloudy on Saturday with rain developing during the morning and light variable winds, rather mild. A high of 16 and a low of 12. And in Invercargill, some cloud tonight with westerlies, an overnight low of 7. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with a few sunny periods developing later. Fresh to strong cool southwesterlies easing slowly, looking at a high of 15 and a low of 9. Cloudy on Saturday with rain at times and light southwesterlies. Planned for a high of 16 and a low of 9. That's all for our news this Thursday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz, channel39.co.nz and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.